Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
The president of Ohanaeze Igbo has wad into the case between the Anambra State billionaire Springs Nicholas Ukachukwu and Nyesom Wike. Don't forget, some few weeks ago, what happened in Abuja. Prince Nicholas Ukachukwu's 11 billion naira estate was being taken down, despite the fact that there were two court orders restraining Wike from doing that. But he still went further to do it. He gave his reason why he did it. But right now, it seems as if things will change, but we don't know how soon it will be, because Ohanaeze Igbo president has decided to come into that case. Igbo community assembly in Abuja paid him a visit to discuss that particular issue, and he came up with his position about it. First of all, he condemned the taking down of such estate, and according to him, he said, "I understand that property value at over 11 billion naira will demolished." Nicholas Ukachukwu is an exceptionally patriotic Nigerian who has invested significant time and resources into developing Abuja. The contribution of the Igbos to Abuja development cannot be overemphasized or cannot be overlooked, and among such contributors, young men like Nicholas Ukachukwu must be remembered. He further said that when he shared his grievances with me, that's when Prince Nicholas Ukachukwu shared his grievances with him. He said, "I felt a deep sense of compassion and an urge to act. Anyone who invests billions of naira in Abuja surely does so because they believe in the unity of Nigeria and are dedicated to its proper prosperity. This is a matter of concern for me." He now extended an appeal to the Igbo Community Assembly. Don't forget that they had to send a very strong message to FCT minister that if he doesn't respond within 1 week deadline, they are going to take some action. So, Emmanuel Iwenyahu, the Igbo global president, said, "Please do not proceed with any demonstration as they could lead to violence, loss of life, and property damage. Allow me to look into this matter. After I have done so, I will convene with you once more. Suspend any action until I have explored every avenue to settle this dispute." Now, it's important to also let you know what Wike's position was when the issue, when he still took that move to taking down Prince Nicholas' estate. What his reaction was. He claimed that Prince Ukachukwu did not have approval of any minister as his predecessor. He said that land grabbing in the Abuja has become an issue of concern. That's why he took the move to deal with it once and for all. He went further to list some other cases that is pending before him. But 11 billion was something that triggered a lot of attention, and the fact that it has to do with Igbo, it triggered a lot of concern. My colleague is in the house, and we want to look at this issue. The big question right now in the minds of Igbo is, can Emmanuel Iwenyahu do anything, at least a compensation for Prince Nicholas Ukachukwu? What's your position on that?
It's a very dicey one, and to make matters interesting, there have been two court orders restraining. There have been two court orders restraining the person of Nyesom Wike. The
He still went further.
still went further. So,
Yeah.
which means what we're even looking at now is already demolished property. But how will he be compensated is now cause for concern. Now, this same Nyesom Wike is one man. He's a one-man squad. One would say he's a lawyer. He understands the dynamics of the law, and he's one person that will fight you both with the law and with the land. And to make matters interesting, he has an antecedent, unfortunately, with the same set of people. Remember in his reign and time as the Rivers State governor, during the time when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was still outside the country, and this issue of IPOP came in. Most Nigerians, were like, "Wow, what's going on?" He even made it public then that he's a South Southerner. He's from Rivers. He's not from Southeast. He's not an Igbo man, and nobody should tag him an Igbo man. Although some persons were insisting that his name is Ezinwo, Yes, so wicked. That notwithstanding, he stands by his ground. But the challenge now is, can the PG, President General of Ohanaeze really, resolve this matter whereby the 11 billion naira will not totally be lost on Ukachuku, Prince Ukachuku. But the truth be told, no right thinking person would deliberately throw his 11 billion naira down the drain. He came in truly because he wanted to invest. And I feel that it's really unfair on his part that he's going to lose 11 billion naira just like that due to no fault of his. If there's a bureaucracy somewhere, if there's a corruption in the system, I think they should deal with the corruption, deal with those behind the corruption, and one way or the other find a way of compensating Okachuku. Or else, I think it's a signal in a way that people should be very careful, wary of investing in Abuja.
All right, now a lot of Igbos have really talked about this issue. Someone says that even in South Africa, China, Brazil, give it a name, that Igbos have always been like a victim and all of that. Now, looking at it, we're talking about 214 hectares of land. For me, personally, if you ask me, that was too big, for you to push in your money, except you are in power. Those kind of investment are mostly being done by those in power, maybe a senator or stuff like that. But if just a normal guy doing that, at one point, a pharaoh that knows not Joseph, if he comes on board, some of them may even overlook a lot of things and say, this cannot belong to these people. And what's your take on that? Do you think that Igbos need to retrace back their state, possibly go back to their home state to make it a Dubai for themselves, so that all these things will not keep happening? Or do you think that the 5 state is too small for the population of smart dudes like that to stay in?
I don't want to come from that angle, because if you want to go by that, then what would you say about Aliko Dangote? He is not a Yoruba man, but he has a very huge investment in Lagos State, which the federal government is even partnering with.
Supporting it. Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's a case of when such things begin, I think you should take a cue from Dangote. If you know you're going to come with something big, something like looks like an investment, I
Okay.
think you should go, talk to the governor of that state. In this case, meet the FCT minister.
Okay.
Because look, I want to build an estate, and I feel that's going to impact positively on the economy of FCT, and I need us to partner.
Okay. I
That
think
way
the
they
issue
see
of
you as an
partnering,
investor,
yes,
and not someone,
shareholding,
not someone who just want to come and poach and make profit and
walk
go.
away.
Okay, but I feel that if you know
But
you
guess
have,
what? If you ask me, that's a wrong one for our country. If
but
someone
that
have a
has been
plan
the
of
system.
changing the narrative of a place via, building an estate, that's property business, then he shouldn't, if he has all the papers, shouldn't be victimized at one point or the other. Though Wike is still very insistent that there is a lot of land grabbings and a lot of people who claim to be land department officials are doing a lot of things behind the back of the minister, and being who he is, he can't tolerate that.
That's the more reason why I said and I insisted that they should, in all honesty, deal with those who are, scattering these processes and not make the investors the victim.
So far, it's wrong.
11
It's
billion
wrong.
is not beans.
Please,
It's not more in sachet. And it could actually generate a lot of things. People can begin to, don't forget that just some few months ago, they suffered the same fate in Southwest, in Lagos in particular, where some of them, the whole of them lost hundreds of millions of naira in the name of property, along the same issue of CFO not having documented papers and all that. We can't continue this way. Somebody needs to be penalized, and I feel the investors shouldn't be the right people to be penalized. How Iwanyan will do this, I have no idea, but let's see how it goes anyway.
all right, that's where we like to leave it.